Robert Saboteur is being charged today. Now we have the body-worn camera video of Officer David Rivas, who appears to show Mr. Vaughn actively backing away from the officer kidney area. It's on the back. You see that there? So, because of those actions that you just saw, Miami Beach Police Officer Robert Saboteur is being charged today. Now we have the body-worn camera video of Officer David Rivas, who appears to show Mr. Vaughn actively backing away from the officer Rivas. Remember when you saw that initially? But nonetheless, Officer Saboteur then pins Mr. Vaughn against the column. Well, approximately 12 seconds later, while he's being handcuffed, you can see from the videos, and we just went through this, back again, that's Officer Rivas, thank you, who's repeatedly striking Mr. Vaughn, as I said, in the ribcage area until he's ultimately brought to the ground. And so for this reason, for these actions, Miami Beach Police Officer David Rivas is being charged today. We then have the body-worn camera video of Officer Steven Serrano, where it appears to show that Mr. Vaughn is being cornered by several officers, and it appears to show Officer Serrano repeatedly striking Mr. Vaughn until he's ultimately brought to the ground. I think we just went through that as well. So let me just say, you can see that there. The different videos are the same thing, so that's why it seems repetitive. You see it right there? Can you roll that back, George, please, for a second? We're doing this from another room, so that's why it seems to be not as well timed as we would like it to be. So let me just conclude by saying that the investigation into this incident, it is continuing. This was a week ago, and potentially other additional charges may be filed. But today, we know that the 5 officers, Sergeant Jose Perez, Officer Kevin Perez, Robert Saboteur, and Officer David Rivas and Officer Steven Serrano are all being charged with battery. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. As determined by the present available evidence that we have right now. You can see by some other requirements that if you have any other questions about why not other charges, we're available to answer those. But at this point, I don't think we need to do that. But thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. So with that, I will ask, I was going to ask the police chief, Peter, if that's okay. Let him say a few words, and then we'll open it up for questions in English. And then after that, we'll open it up to Spanish and then questions, okay? Thank you. Chief?
Good afternoon, Madam City Attorney. Good afternoon. The moment that I learned about this incident and watched the video, I was disheartened to see the way that our officers responded, representing our badge. But I want to emphasize to you, this is by no means at all a reflection of the dedicated men and women of the Miami Beach Police Department.